Hello, everyone. Welcome back to For the Love of Gaming, aka FTLG. My name is Marcoria, and I'll be your host for the next few runs. And while we're getting the rest of the setup here, a reminder that every single donation, no matter how big or small, benefits our charity for the marathon, Haven House. And speaking of some donations, we got a couple donations that rolled in from our RE7 run, which, by the way, GG's again for all for that amazing run. RE7 is like, that's my main speed game, one of my favorite speedruns of all time, so always warms my heart to see that. So we have an 11-pound donation from Kamikaze Kitten saying for swearing. XXX. And then we have a 11-pound donation from Peralt saying, as promised, 11 pounds for every swear. Thanks for having us, and thanks to everyone for the donos. You legends. You guys too. Thank you. All right. Are we good to go?
Twitch delay. I'm not going to deal with it. Anyway, hello. My name is Jaio. With me we have Fusshy.
Hello.
This is Witchcraft Wizardry. It's a Minecraft map, very obviously based on the Harry Potter series. And it's kind of interesting. It's not like your normal Minecraft speedrun. It's a custom map with a full custom campaign, custom music, custom textures, custom everything. So you can see here, this is a menu that's inside of Minecraft. I could go to Minecraft's separate menus. This is entirely made in Minecraft, which is pretty cool. So this is the setup screen here. This isn't part of the run, but there's this area here that says, do I see an orange circle inside the frame above? I do, but I'm actually going to select no, and this is going to be used later in the run to, I'm not actually sure why it works, but this is going to get us a little bit of extra speed later on. So I am ready whenever.
Alright, I'll count us down then. Alright, 3, 2, 1, go.
Alright, so yeah, as I said, this isn't a normal Minecraft. This is a normal Minecraft speedrun. As you can see, there's an in-game cutscene, which is pretty wild. Everything here is made in fully vanilla Minecraft with only the use of a resource pack, so no mods, no anything like that. Both of us are running regular vanilla versions of Minecraft, except I'm using Optifine. I'm sure Fusshy is as well.
I'm actually not, and this is, speaking of how weird this game is, this is the first glitch I'll be doing right here. A little clip through a block, which is, if I can jump up there, yep, there we go. Saves a little bit of time if you hit it the first time, but...
Yeah, so this map has also a separate menu system. As you can see, my hotbar has a Hogwarts crest in it that's lit up. And this Hogwarts crest is sort of like a menu. It allows you to reset to checkpoints and to change game mode to be from the regular adventure mode to a creative mode where you can just fly around, do whatever. That menu also lets you clip through blocks. You could clip through transparent blocks like glass panes and leaves normally. However, there we go. However, if you have a speed potion, which we will be, you could clip through any block, and that will be used extensively throughout the run. So yeah, there's also full NPCs with dialogue and whatnot, so it is a very interesting map. Here's the first major route difference between the two POVs. So I'm going to be heading right to the back of the Three Broomsticks here to talk to Hagrid, who, looking a little bit blocky, I see. Opening up the brick wall here at Diagon Alley. Fushy's going to start looting some of these chests for two reasons. One, the chests, the one that he's grabbing right now, has a speed potion in it. That's useful. And two, to sell some items to get some extra money.
And then we will be immediately abusing that money.
Yes, immediately abusing that money with a item duplication glitch. So here's another cutscene before we hop into hop into some more gameplay here. Another thing to note, we are playing on render distance 2, not because of performance, even though it does help performance, for a completely different reason. That has to do with some of the quests later in the game. So instead of doing quests where we have to fight mobs and fight enemies and whatnot, because of how Minecraft works, not just the map, mobs deload when you get a certain distance away from them out of your render distance. And to the map, when these mobs deload, it thinks that you've killed them and defeated them. So instead of doing any of these mob fights, we can just run away from them with a low render distance, and it counts them as being defeated when we haven't actually done anything. And we're going to be abusing that a lot. There are going to be a lot of those fights, but obviously right now. Just the thing with Minecraft servers is that you can't change render distance when you're in the server. You need to go and edit one of the files. So it kind of sucks that we have to live with the 2 render distance, but just something that we have to live with.
It's a little bit difficult, especially in the later half of the run when we have tricks that we need to see a little bit further than 2. 2 chunks. Where's the other one?
But yeah, so this first part of the game sets place in Diagon Alley. If you know from Harry Potter, it's basically like, well, if you don't know Harry Potter, it's basically like a shopping mall. I guess like everything's a storefront. You can go buy stuff, and all these storefronts are pretty much all open. So you could go in there, talk to the sellers, go and buy the items that they have. So as you can see, I just went in and got myself a wand, looking good. I'm going ahead and buy and equip some clothes. There you go. And then finally I'll be buying my school books, which are up here. And of course Fushy's now doing the same. Since he looted before, he's a little bit behind me. However, we're both doing the same thing now. I'll take green. Alright. There are 2 of these general stores here, this green one, and there's a red one behind me. This is just where you could sell items.
We normally sell everything, but we're gonna keep our,
Yeah, we're gonna keep our outfits here. And of course, these outfits are gonna change depending on what Hogwarts house we'll get, which was a donation incentive, and I'm fairly certain still has Slytherin winning. However, we do have a bit of time before we do get sorted. So if you do want to get any last-minute donations in for that incentive, now is a good chance.
And not just that, we are only, let's see, 278 pounds away from our goal of 2,500. So feel free to get those donations in. Every little bit counts.
Yeah, so there's a reason why I'm just sitting here not doing anything right now, and it's because this map has a very weird bug with one of the warps. So, in a minute or 2, there's going to be a bit of the game where we just have to run around, to run from the 3 broomsticks, which is pretty much the entrance to Diagon, all the way to King's Cross Station. And pretty much if the person who joins the server first doesn't get there, tell me when I'm good to respawn, by the way.
Yeah.
If the person who joins the server first doesn't get to one of the locations on the stop, Big Ben, in time, then the other person just won't be able to get that warp. It's a weird bug. So I'm just sort of had to sit here and wait for Fushy to leave the building, which hopefully should give us enough time to...
You left, right?
I did leave.
Okay.
I also completely forgot to grab my speed potions. There we go. Or, well, equip them, I guess. But yeah, you can see us. We're going to be taking the same path, however. Fushy's going to be way ahead of me so that we can both get this Big Ben warp. And also, yeah, now's a good chance to 1, free day donations or say any plugs if there is, and 2, admire the 2 chunks of view distance that we're able to see.
Well, I was going to say, I could go ahead and give y'all some amazing information about Haven House. Haven House Children's Hospice cares for seriously ill babies and children up to the age of 18 by creating a lovely and warm environment for them and their families while they go through the toughest of times. No family should have to face alone the difficulties of looking after a child with a serious illness. Although we cannot change their diagnosis, our specialist care team are here to provide support to parents and carers who have children with complex medical needs. Many of your children need 24-hour care and supervision. We are a lifeline for these families, supporting them through their child's illness. We are here for the whole family, including moms, dads, brothers, sisters, and grandparents. So yeah, every little bit that you all donate today will help Haven House. Wonderful cause here. And
So here we are at King's Cross Station. If you know anything about Harry Potter, then you know that we have to run through the wall in between platforms 9 and 10 to platform 9 3/4. And Fushy's already done that. I'm going to be getting up to that. It's a pretty cool effect as we see the Hogwarts Express here. I almost ran into the wrong wall.
Oh, so also...
There we go. So here we are in the Hogwarts platform now.
I was going to say, as soon as I was reading that, we got a donation. Do we have time to read it?
Yep.
Alright, we have a £20 donation from Ginny Boy with no message, but thank you so much for that donation.
Alright, so if you remember earlier, we mentioned that we're going to be abusing a mechanic in this game for duplication. That's coming up now. Normally there's a big long cutscene here where you just have to deal and sit with Hagrid talking to you about Hogwarts or whatever. However, there are chests around here that allow us to do a duplication glitch. So here's a chest. Let's do a little demonstration here.
Go ahead.
And clear. So now I have 15. I accidentally equipped them. There they are. So how this dupe glitch works is that the game can't tell the difference between someone dropping an item and picking up an item.
You're good.
Tell me when I'm good.
Yep, you're good.
Clear.
And we actually ended up finding this completely and then we were exploring with it and figured out exactly how it works, but this was a complete accidental thing. And it doesn't just work good. It doesn't work on any chests. It works on any chest, not just here, but we have nothing to do here, so it is the only time that we have all of these chests and nothing to do.
Yeah, so even though Fushy only bought, like, I'm not sure how many speed potions you bought.
17,
maybe like...
I'm up to 180, go ahead.
Yeah, so 17 speed potions, and this is going to turn into 4,000 split between the two of us.
Yep, you're good.
Clear. So as you can see, I'm getting the dupe speed potions. I'm immediately dropping them. Fushy picks them up.
Go ahead.
And then redrops the entire stack. And that's basically how item duping works. I'm going to be keeping this last set of speed potions here. Tell me when I'm good. Alright. So now we both should have around 2,100 of these speed potions.
You got a fire.
Which are way too many.
Launcher, right?
I don't have one. Oh, actually, do I have one?
Okay.
No, I don't have one. Alright, whatever.
Alright.
Yeah, I'll buy it. I didn't buy them because I didn't have enough. We did a little bit of routing changes earlier today to make sure, you know, to allow us to have these close here. Where'd you buy a hat?
Oh, you can get the hat.
Oh, that's right, that's right.
I menued too quickly.
Yeah, normally you would sell everything back in Diagon Alley, including the clothes. However, for the donation bid war for the Hogwarts house, it changes your clothes depending on what house you're in. So, nice thing to have. So we tried to keep the clothes on for this run. Also, normally there's some beautiful sights of the Hogwarts build here, however, 2 render distance.
I can see a little bit at my end at that last bit, but we'll see it up close in just a moment.
Alright, so we're now leaving the boat docks, walking up to Hogwarts. You'll start to see it a little bit closer, the closer that we get to it. And also, you might be hearing the music here. The music is entirely custom made for the map specifically. It sounds amazing. And the soundtrack is available to listen to online. Alright. We have a pretty big cutscene here, and then the Sorting Hat will arrive, so just confirming the winning house of the bid war was Slytherin, correct?
I believe so. Let's see.
Quick.
Yeah, I believe when I donated, that's what I saw, but I think I did check Tilt Vibe for that.
Let's hope neither of us messes this up.
Oh yeah. I mean, we
So,
should be fine.
so the Sorting Hat in this map is like just a regular Sorting Hat quiz that you would take online or something. Normally we would go for Ravenclaw because it's the fastest, and to get Gryffindor is literally entirely the first option. Hufflepuff and Slytherin is entirely new to us. We just figured out what the best answers were like 20 minutes ago.
We were hoping for Ravenclaw, but you know.
Yeah, we were hoping for Ravenclaw to win because it is the fastest. However, we did also PB with Gryffindor earlier today, so doesn't make that much of a difference.
Yep, Slytherin was one that won.
All
right, cool. 3, 4, 1, 4.
3, 4, 1, 4, 1, 6. There we go. Oh. Okay.
There we go.
Slytherin's middle
Cool.
left, by the way.
Alright. So both of us are in Slytherin now. Thankfully, neither of us messed that up. Yeah, normally, so Gryffindor is entirely the first option. Ravenclaw, which is what we normally do, is always the first option, except for question 2, which is the second option. So it's 1, 2, 1, 1, 1, 1, which is also quite simple to remember. But Slytherin is 3, 4, 1, 4, 1, 6, which I guess is easy to remember, but again, we've only figured this out 20 minutes ago, so we're talking to Fred and George here, who's going to give us the Marauders map, which, if you know from Harry Potter, doesn't exactly do the same thing here. In fact, it lets us warp to different places around the world here.
And this is the next major glitch is basically we are going to wrong warp, which allows us to lock new locations without actually having to visit them first. So,
but we're going to be using that a lot
helpful
through the map as well. So, wrong warping is a very useful glitch here. Wrong warping and cutting through walls, which you're going to see us do here, is a major glitch. 2 major glitches that make the run wildly different than just exploring the map normally.
Your hat, your skin looks just awful with the Cat in the Hat skin on there. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, my Minecraft skin is the Cat in the Hat.
Question.
So,
sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was going to say, someone in the chat asked for y'all's pronouns, if you don't mind sharing.
Yeah, sure. He, him.
He, him as well.
Awesome, thank you.
So
Right,
basically,
so here we have our first quest.
Basically here is a giant dark maze. We use Lumos, and the reason why we put the we can't see the circle in the box, even though we can, is there's a different way of how Lumos works. Shout out to OT3S in the chat for the Lumos route and helping find us all the glitches.
So normally Lumos is a dark maze, and normally you can't sprint when Lumos is enabled. However, for some god-awful reason, I don't know why, you can if you say no to that box. I don't know. I didn't make this map, so... I just did the wrong hallway.
I did.
Oh, I did do the right hallway.
Made a little bit of a wrong turn.
There we go. Yeah, these are kind of new diagrams that we're using. So, and I also don't know the maze layout. So, what am I doing? Okay, I'm just going to respawn.
Yeah. Sometimes, depending on where you are in the maze, you can respawn, or you can just walk back.
I was completely lost, so I just wasn't going to deal with. I wasn't gonna deal with trying to find my way out. So the next classroom that we're going to warp to is the Defense Against the Dark Arts classroom with Professor Lupin.
And I'm in the cutscene already.
Ooh, so I just get to chill here for a bit.
You're more than welcome to read out any donations if you have.
Sure. That is some great timing because we got a 50-pound donation from Boomiji saying, Fusshy sporting the speedrunning goggles. Spin.
Yeah, so we have a little bit of a joke. These Quidditch goggles we lovingly call speedrun goggles, so thank you.
The Quidditch goggles are the physical ones I don't own. Fusshy does. The ones in game you get from looting the Quidditch store, which I believe you did do.
I did not. I did not go into Quidditch.
Oh, you did not.
But I'll grab.
So
I'll grab them when we go to get brooms.
All right. Next time he has Diagon, we'll get some speedrun goggles. So if you remember from earlier in the run, I talked about how the render distance is 2 to avoid mob fights. This is the first time that we're going to be seeing that in play here. Oh boy. So at the latter half of this quest, I failed it. I'm just gonna deal with it.
I failed it once. I got it.
That jump is not
basically
difficult.
just
I'm just
skipping
bad.
puzzles thanks to 1.16's crouching through 1.5 blocks.
Yeah, that's a change made from Minecraft 1.15 to 1.16. 1.15, your hitbox barely changed at all, if any. However, in 1.16, when you crouch, your hitbox changes by half a block, allowing you to crouch under half slabs. Alright, so here's the mob fight room. Normally you would sit in here, fight through 5 waves of mobs or whatever. That's stupid. I don't like that. No one likes that. So we're gonna go run, face through a wall, and then run all the way back to the start of the map. Or at least to the start of this quest area. And we'll just chill there for a little bit. Actually, I think there are only 3 waves, not 5.
Yeah, there's 3 here. Well, there's the pre-wave and then 3.
No. 3.1.
3.1, yeah. There's some hidden stuff in the back, but I mean, at this point, we have between us hundreds of thousands of dollars in-game through the speed pots, which you can resell and then redo, which is nice.
So yeah, so we face through the wall and just run back. And now we could just hang out here with this version of Lupin, who we're actually going to use to get back to the classroom after these the waves on screen and the opponents get automatically deleted by the map.
So we're gonna head over and wrong warp down to the dungeons to go visit everyone's favorite professor.
Yeah, Professor Snape in the potions classroom.
I can actually hit the correct key, not E.
Definitely the best professor.
I'd rather have Snape than half of the professors. Oh,
Oh, you didn't get it?
I got it.
Okay, cool. So what we did there, so this mission is kind of like a collectathon mission. There are 6 boxes around, in and around the potions classroom that you need to get. The game, the map just kind of lets you get one of these boxes if both players, I guess if every player online, because it works in single player too, if every player online, just before the cutscene starts, just spams F, which is the use key in this map. Normally it's the swap hands key, so switching between like a sword on your left or right hand or something. Yeah, the game just lets you pick up one of the boxes, which saves a tiny bit of time. And of course we have another long cutscene while Snape tells us something that we already know, which is we need to collect the boxes.
Oh, Snape disappeared.
Oh, he's gone. Oh, he's gone. Alright. The NPCs in this map just kind of do that. They don't actually change the functionality of the map at all. However, it's funny to talk to an NPC that isn't there. There he is.
I would say most of this game is most of this is cutscenes, so if you're definitely a Harry Potter fan, the lore that they add into here is just absolutely incredible.
And we're going to be just using the map to get back, because it's faster to get this last box here. And we're going to be brewing some Merlap Essence, which is very important, as we are going to need it for this next quest. If I'm ready to dupe, let me drop.
Go ahead.
We're going to be duping this Merlap Essence here.
Twice, just so we don't
Merlap Essence.
hard lock the game.
And let me drop.
You're good?
Another random item. There we go. So we're good?
Yep, you got it.
Alright, hold on, let me switch it back to my quick slot. And then we're going to be heading to the Charms classroom. Back with Professor Flitwick. So this is the major point in the map where we can actually hardlock. So if this next quest, which is another mob fighting quest, so we're just going to be running away from the mobs. If this doesn't go well, then we could actually hardlock the map. However, we do have a backup Minecraft server which is set to just after this quest. So if we do hardlock, then it's fine. We can just quickly switch servers.
That's happened.
Oh, yeah.
I've pulled a hard lock way too many times recently. Not fun.
But yeah,
you
so
end
if
up
you
in the
remember,
chamber.
you do. So the chamber of secrets is stupidly close to this
quite
Brachiomondo
interesting.
arena. And if you just get too close to it, then your respawn point, which should go to here, will instead go to the chamber of secrets. Ready? Yep.
Go ahead.
Go.
I'm a
So we're
little
just
bit
gonna
lagging,
run
but I
off.
should be good.
Yeah, we're just gonna run off the side of the arena. And since you have our Merlap Essence, which is basically a healing potion, we're safe. We're pretty much safe. So when we get to somewhat low health, we can just go and refuel ourselves.
That's wild.
There are 5 waves.
So it's
and,
really important to respawn here. If you
yes,
don't
because if you don't respawn, that's how you get hardlocked. That is how you get hardlocked. However, thankfully everything is looking good, so you won't need to.
Alright,
We won't need to deal with a hardlock.
And we'll briefly come back in this arena.
Yep.
As we fade
So
back.
nothing messed up.
And then
Hey.
we're flying, and we are good.
Alright. So, even if you're not really much of a Harry Potter fan, you will still know this next character that we're going to meet, the Hermione Granger. We're going to be doing a favor for her, and that is to put up some fires around Hogsmeade. So, we're going to go and quickly wrong warp, actually, over to Hogsmeade. Oh, I warped to Hogsmeade platform instead. Dang it.
Yeah, so it's a little bit precise, and we end up actually doing a lot warping to the wrong area. But I am in Hogsmeade.
You could take the left ones, I could take the right ones.
I'm already taking right. I can grab the middle
Okay.
one, though, if you want.
No, it's fine. I can do it if you're not already there.
I'm already there, so I'll just grab this one.
Okay, whatever. So Hogsmeade, this is the only time we're going to be here throughout the run, so enjoy it. Alright, and that's it. We're leaving.
Oh, I went to Shins.
Nice. Alright, cool. So that was Hogsmeade. How'd you enjoy it?
Very brief. We're in there a lot longer for all quests. There's like about a 10-minute quest there that is just really annoying, where you actually get to visit every single one of the shops
Building.
there.
Yep. However, for 90%, that's literally all the Hogsmeade that there is. So, Anyway, this next lesson, Alohomora, Hermione's going to be guiding us through it. However, we're actually going to be not really skipping it. Actually, Flushy's going to be skipping a good chunk of it. I have decided just now to not attempt it because I'm not good at it.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a precise
it's a finicky
movement
clip.
That
Yeah.
if
It's
you don't
precise
clip
movement and a
correctly,
finicky clip. So
that you just end up falling through the void, which here we
And
don't want to do.
I'm not good at it. So
But this is the only class that a non-professor is teaching, for some bizarre reason.
So Fudgy's going to be taking the left side. I'm going to be taking the right side.
I'm going to grab a key that Jaio actually needs, but he never uses.
Yep,
And
I never use it because
we're going to leave here. Alright, I'm in.
And with the Lumos effect, you could just see right through this area. Not that it's a big deal, really. Oh. There we go.
I'm a little bit behind you. You want to grab
that's
that
fine.
first key?
Yeah, sure.
I got it.
Never mind. Alright. Basically, yeah, Flushy grabbed 2 keys there so that we can unlock these 2 doors, which push up those 2 platforms. as you can see.
Normally, you would have to go through, fight Book of Monsters, and grab the key.
And here's normally a riddle, however, the solution never changes, so not really much of a riddle if you know where to go.
And that's the last we see of Hermione.
All right, bye, Hermione.
I don't think we actually ever see. Where are we going? Madam.
Flying lesson.
So I'm actually going to go to Charms instead.
Yeah, so we're both going to 2 different ways. The way that Flushy's going is actually faster. I don't know it. So that's my fault. So this is flying lesson. It is
You have to get out of
exactly
your bag.
what it looks like.
Yeah.
We are flying. Oh, my thing did not.
It's
I
a
went
little
bit
bit
too
weird
fast for the map to
in
recognize. Yeah.
co-op, but here we go.
All right. You're going to be starting a lot faster than me because I'm having a bit of trouble with my quick slots. But yeah, this is kind of the part of the map that everyone kind of likes the most because, look, you're flying on a broom, it's super cool, and you get to explore pretty much all of Hogwarts if the render distance wasn't set to 2. Which,
You can see
again,
a
there's no
little
way
bit.
around.
A little bit.
Yeah, you can see some, it's fine. But yeah, we got some fun broom flying here. Other than that, there isn't really much else to this quest. I'm trying to think of what's next in the map, actually. Charms is next, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So if there is anything to say or promote, now is a good time.
Sounds like a good deal. So just as a heads up, because I know we have lots of new viewers hanging out today, thank you so much for joining. Just a little bit of information about the FTLGMarathon. For the Love of Gaming, abbreviated as FTLG, is a charity-based speedrun marathon series hosted twice throughout the year. The goal of FTLG is to raise awareness and money for various charity organizations, as well as promoting their cause. We love to showcase many variations of games during our events, having a bit of every genre to be showcased by speedrunners from all across the globe. We love what we do. And that is a fact.
Yeah, so here's... Oh, you go.
All right, well, there's a little bit of some Easter eggs throughout the map. Jaio, I think you should go pick up the one for tomorrow, who's running
I feel
Portal
like I should.
2. There's these mysterious items, which are nods to other games, movies, TV shows, books.
My game is starting to lag a little bit, by the way, so I might be a bit behind.
Yeah, it's fine. I was lagging before. We have the mysterious potato, which is potatoes from Portal 2, which Jaio is running. Back in Hogsmeade, there's a mysterious letter, which is reference to Back to the Future. Marty's letter to Doc from Is it 1885? I don't even remember.
It's Doc's letter to Marty.
Yeah, the West.
From also,
West.
yes, 1885, I'm pretty sure. I think it's 1885 at least. I haven't seen Back to the Future Part 3 in a hot minute. But that's pretty much about a flying lesson. You could retake the quest later on when you buy a better broom, like the Firebolt, which we'll be doing later in the run. Not redoing this quest, but buying a Firebolt. What was your lap time, by the way?
141.
Oh, I got 242.
241. I'm sorry.
All right.
Definitely not 1 minute.
Nope, not 1 minute. And also, yeah, so our next lesson here is Wingardium Leviosa, which I guess one of the more famous.
For you, I think?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, so I'll probably go through a little bit faster.
Alright, that's fine. We can just take the first cube down.
Yeah, I'll take care of that.
Alright. Yeah, this whole quest here is filled with Portal references. You could already see on that cube on the right on the chalkboard. You can already see what the biggest reference here is. I wonder. But yeah, as Fusshy said before, there is the mysterious potato, which I will be collecting, of course.
There's a coin, a potato, a letter, a coconut, the potato. Did I say the potato already? I think I did.
You did.
You did.
All right, I'm losing my mind a little bit, but I believe
they're
5.
7.
5 or 7.
All right, I don't know.
I don't even remember. I haven't run Mysterious in a long time. And they're all scattered throughout the map, except for this one, which is in the lesson.
This room we're not going to be seeing in the quest. We're just going to skip through it. Because, of course, we are.
So there is a speed run of just getting the mysterious items. So we actually end the run here in this class.
Having a little bit of clip trouble. There we go. Now I could grab the one up above.
You gonna do 1 and 3?
Sure, I'll do 2. So in single player and technically co-op, there's a way to skip through this whole bit and just fly straight to the end. However, in co-op, the flying glitch, of course there's a flying glitch, is very inconsistent and not worth going for in the slightest. So we tried a little bit earlier today, but just decided that it's not going to be a good idea.
So Jaio just entered and got a potato.
There we go. Collected the mysterious potato.
Just flip out over here.
Oh yeah, fair. Normally we have a firework launcher that allows us to jump 1.5 blocks. However, to keep these closed, we had to sacrifice those.
You're up. Oh,
Okay,
but I knocked you down.
No. Wait,
And
wait, yeah.
Just
hold
go.
on. Yeah, that was not
Yeah, that glitched there.
that was a little bit too short. So that was a bug. Not something we intended, but something we got. There we go.
And now we are heading over to greenhouses, I want to say, right?
I forget if it's greenhouses or defense against the dark arts. Come on. Yes,
Yep.
defense against the dark arts. I'm so smart. Oh yeah, because we have what's it called? Water thing.
Oh yeah, okay. This room is actually pretty interesting. It's the same build except for different water, and we break some pipes to make some more water. The cutscenes are absolutely amazing again, but
Yeah, the cutscenes really do show a lot of the great technicality that all the great technical work that went into making this map.
and this is the one area which is the downside of running on 2 render distance, which you'll see.
Yeah, so normally this quest is about bursting 3 pipes. Pipes 1 and 2 we could see nicely. However, pipe 3, actually pipe 1 we could see nicely. Pipe 2 and 3 on 2 render distance, we can't actually see the pipes, and the pipes aren't actually loaded in. So we actually have to go and run over. One of us has to go run over to the pipe, to pipes 2 and 3, to get it to load in before we could shoot them. So Fushy's gonna get pipe 1, I'm gonna get pipe 2, and then I'm gonna go run over to where pipe 3 is located, so that Fushy can hit pipe 3.
And pipe 3 is a completely blind shot. There's a little bit of an indicator, but it's a little finicky, depending if
Make sure to stay in the corner this time, by the way.
pipe loads.
You can see here the cutscene with the water rising is incredible. So, pipe 2 here. Normally you could just sit out here and get it. However, on 2 render distance, I need to run in and then hit the pipe. And I am speed potting over to third one.
But normally, you're able to see this shot, and I actually have to wait until it's loaded in the game.
Alright, should be loaded now. And just in case this shot doesn't quite work, I'm going to work on a backup here, which I actually missed, and now I need to wait for my mana to reload.
Do we have time for a quick donation?
Sure do.
Alrighty,
Yes.
we have a 20-pound donation from John TTM. No message, but that is awesome because that brings our donation total to 2,312 pounds, only 188 pounds away from our goal. So, yep, if you have 1 pound, 2, any little bit helps to bring us closer to that total.
Yeah, I'm not hitting it at all.
Alright, I'll just do it. That's fine. So, this is the pipe that you're supposed to hit from all the way over there. It's not loaded on 2 render distance, but if you have higher than 5, I'm gonna take a quick guess.
I think it's, yeah, 5 or 6.
Yeah,
It's a
5 or
definite
6, you're able
hit.
to see it. That you're able to see it, and that's pretty easy to hit.
Yeah, but doing this intended is actually faster than the rest of the fights that we can skip that way. And yeah, they forgot to put collision on those bars over there, so you can just walk right through.
That's a bug specifically on the 1.16 version of the map, by the way. On the 1.13 version, those do have collision. There are a few other minor differences between 1.16 and 1.13. The biggest one that I could say, aside from that collision back there, which sadly this one doesn't have, And the fact that you could on the 113 version, you can use spells on other players to damage them, which is fun. Is a little bit of an exploit you could do with Hermione. So with Hermione, you can get access to a rolling quest, where if you give her a rare book, she will give you some money for it. However, you could buy rare books for less money than for what she gives you. So you could just generate infinite money that way.
That's how
not used in the run.
Take care of
not used in this
player.
run, but
yeah.
Yes, it's
We're going
definitely
to charms or
fun.
library. Yep, greenhouses.
Charms.
Greenhouses.
Or greenhouses, yeah.
So I'm actually going to go to the library and jump through a window, because Jaio went this way, so he already has the area unlocked.
Yep, so this is going to be the next major difference. You're going to want to pay attention to both of our screens here. I'm going to be doing this quest as normal, however Fusshy is going to be heading back to Diagon Alley and buying firebolts, which are brooms, and speedrun goggles. The firebolts we need for later in the run. The speedrun goggles look cool.
I'm going to grab fireworks as well.
Oh yeah, that's right. And firework launchers, because, again, normally we have them for the entire run, but to keep the themed clothes here, we just kind of skipped getting over the firework because we didn't use it until now. Or until the next quest? The quest after the next quest.
Yeah, so
Expecto Patronum.
If anyone in chat would like to pick our Patronus, you're more than welcome. There's a lion, a niffler, a deer, and something else. I don't remember the last one.
What?
A wolf, I think, is the fourth.
What's a niffler?
If anyone... A niffler is kind of, I guess, the best way to describe it. It's like a little rodent, and it goes after gold. It's actually pretty adorable.
The actual Patronus we choose, by the way, doesn't actually matter.
Well,
it's purely cosmetic.
We have a vote here for wolf.
All right, one vote for wolf. You have a little bit of time to vote, so get your
I'll
votes
say
in.
wolf too.
If you donate, if you donate, your one vote will count as 2.
Ooh.
So I'm gonna go over and sell part of my speed potions. Actually, a lot of my speed potions.
Make sure you don't sell all of them.
I kept some. Alright, so we got a Niffler and a Wolf. I'll gladly take the Niffler.
If you only get one vote for each, then I can take the Wolf. Because we both get to choose independently what our Patronuses are.
We got one vote for Niffler. So, 2 for Wolf, 1 for Niffler.
There we go. All right, and so I'm in the next classroom here, which is Transconfiguration. We're learning the spell Veraverto here. However, Fusshy is very likely not going to be in the cutscene here, so I'm going to need to do the first part of the quest myself.
Definitely not going to be in the cutscene.
Yeah, no. So I was booted into the cutscene, so Fushy's just gonna have to sit here, wait a little bit.
You're gonna see a very broken cutscene, which is quite honestly funny to watch. Where I'm going to be in Jaio's cutscene.
There he is. Yeah, so I have to do the first part of the map, or the first part of the quest, which is a simple puzzle myself. It's not that big of a deal, it's a small one. It's a very small puzzle using Veraverto to pull some platforms with magnets to the right spot to parkour up. There it is, here it is.
Yep.
Wonderful.
And
Here's the puzzle,
I just
or at least
saw
half
in
of it.
chat, this is completely vanilla. There's no mods at all used in this, which is honestly the most incredible thing. And as you can see, her spell didn't work.
So here is the puzzle here. Again, it's a very simple puzzle. The only thing is getting these magnet things to to reach is honestly quite annoying more than anything. You can only be like 1 or 2 blocks away from it. which
if
again
you
is
activate
very annoying.
2 at the same time, it completely breaks the game, and you hardlock.
Yeah. It was a fun quest. So there's also these lily pads that transform into targets. There we go. We're actually going to be abusing this at the very end of the quest, which actually isn't in that long because we could just clip through a wall. That skips a bunch of the quest. Look, here's that wall now.
If I can actually not hit the vine, that'd be helpful.
Yeah, and using a little bit of a bug here. If you spam jump whilst on the pads here, then you actually get a ton of extra height, which just lets you to clip through and head on over to McGonagall.
Oh, there we go.
What's after
Third
this?
time's
Charms?
the charm. Yes? No.
Let's guess. Expecto Patronum.
It's
Donna.
Expecto.
There we go. See, normally my splits tell me this, but I'm a really smart cookie and didn't turn on my splits. Ooh, am I in the cutscene alone?
Yep.
Fun. Alright.
Alright,
So
Wolf
what do we
and
got here? We
Niffler.
got yeah, 1 vote for Wolf, 1 vote for Niffler. So
I will gladly take the
you can take
Niffler.
Niffler, I'll take Wolf. Again, it's purely cosmetic, which Patronus you take. Just have to sit here and wait through Lupin telling us what to do, even though we've done this a few times before. I'm also going to say and remind everyone here that this is a map with 0 mods. This is entirely vanilla Minecraft.
As you can see, my cutscene is yet again completely broken. And I am looking at a chest.
Oh, there's a deer as well.
There's a Niffler.
So a thing with NPCs that you probably already noticed is that only one player can talk to an NPC at a time, which kind of sucks, but it's not that big of a deal, really. So I need to wait for Fusshy to enter this room for these Dementors to spawn, so
And
that we
then
just clip
we
through this wall
totally
and completely
fight them
ignore the
off.
fight. Yep, we fight them off. This is the hardest fight in the game. Yeah. Very, very, very difficult boss fight. Yeah, this is the one boss fight that's on a timer, so it isn't just kill all the Dementors, which you can't do. It's just sort of wait it out, so we just have to sit here for 2 minutes.
There is a very, very precise trick that you can do, however, that both players would have to hit, so we only use it in single player. I don't use it at all. You can menu glide out of the arena. We'll clip through and then glide across. But here is a little bit of what that looks like.
Yeah, the reason why we haven't used menu glide in the run, even though it's a very overpowered flying glitch, is because it is very inconsistent in co-op because it is 100% ping dependent. And that sucks.
And this
So,
is what happens if it
it's-
fails. As you can see, I'm getting warped back.
So it's used a lot in the single player run because it's 100% consistent for the most part. However, in co-op it really isn't used because it's not worth it.
And the other thing is the firework launchers. As you can see, the Dementors are just kind of chilling now.
Yeah, they're just chilling.
You can get up 1.5 blocks usually, and then sometimes, if you're lucky, you can get up to like 20, which has happened quite a few times.
Yeah, so the reason why we need the fireworks launcher is because of this quest specifically. There's a firework jump where we're going to be doing that exact thing. So skips a puzzle. That's pretty much it. That's why we need the firework launchers.
Yeah, and the puzzle.
I think there's one more instance where we use it.
Well, you can use it in Wingardium, or you can clip out as well.
Yeah.
But we use the broom once, and we use the firework launcher once or twice, depending. And I know I usually hit F1, which hides all of the bars, the cinematic bars, because I can just see through here without having to actually activate Lumos at all.
And I just did that, and apparently that works really nicely, so cool. Oh, crap. There we go.
So, normally there's a bridge, you have to... I got it. Normally there's a bridge, you have to take care of solving that. There's the Niffler.
Yeah, so the last part of this quest is literally a parkour course, which is... I guarantee it's a placebo, but it's really hard without the speed potions. I know it's a placebo because I've done it without it, but it feels so much easier with the speed potions.
Not too terribly difficult if we fail it, but...
Yeah.
And
so we're going to be heading back into Diagon Alley now. Or at least I'm going to be heading back into Diagon Alley.
I will be
to
heading
go and
into
sell some stuff.
Nocturne Alley. So,
yeah, so this next quest is Apparition, and it's actually a paid quest, so we need to spend 500 coins to get said quest. So I don't quite have that yet, so I need to go and sell some of these speed potions here.
You can sell a firebolt. I gave you 2.
Oh, you gave me 2? Oh, you did give me 2. Awesome.
Yeah, so the firebolts you can buy and just trade money that way. You can't actually trade physical money, which, you know, is not... It'd be nice to, but not too bad. So we just buy each other expensive things. And here are the speedrun goggles, which I believe will remove my hat. Yep. So there we go.
Speedrun goggles looking snazzy. I shown them off when we were in the cutscene. Oh, but yeah, so this next quest is in the Ministry of Magic. It looks great if you don't have a render distance of 2.
And it's totally normal, and did you make it in the elevator? I hope you did.
I did make it in the elevator, we're good. Alright, so this is the Apparition quest. It's part movement, because Apparition is teleporting, and part running away from a boss fight because we have 2 render distance.
Wait, there's a boss fight? There's a boss fight?
No. I don't remember saying anything. But yeah, Apparition is the last class in the map. We're getting actually kind of close to the end. After Apparition is pretty much the last quest, which is heading over to, well, talking to Dumbledore, heading over to Grimmauld Place, and then going to Azkaban and fighting off a bunch of monsters there, which you can take a guess what we're going to be doing for that.
This is mostly a pacifist run. We only have to kill 3 people. It's not too bad.
Oh, come on. There we go.
What's interesting with these fireworks is that they go from whatever house it is. So Gryffindor, Slytherin, Hufflepuff, Hufflepuff, still Hufflepuff. And there's Ravenclaw.
There it is. And nice little,
I think it's this wall? Hey, I was right.
Hey, you were right. It looks like explosions when you do that. It's funny.
And he's gonna run away, and we're gonna run away as well.
Yeah.
They do not seem to be going after me at all for some reason.
No, they're not aggroing today. All right, cool.
Oh, we're in a state of death, I believe.
Oh yeah. So
if
I think
you
with
look
this map
at,
that
our names are both yellow. Basically
So
means
because
we're dead
of
and
the
nobody will come and attack us.
earlier. Yeah. And that's from earlier when we ran away from a boss fight and we fell into the void and respawned. The game still thinks that we're dead from that. So the game doesn't have any monsters attack us because we're dead. And obviously monsters don't attack you if you're dead.
And now we're just
however,
hide
it doesn't
over
matter.
here.
We still need to run. We're going a pretty far length away.
And then we have to get our brooms ready to go. Fastest broom in the game. Oh, if I can actually put it inside my inventory, that'd be helpful.
Yep, got our speed potions, our firebolt brooms, and expecto patronum on our wands.
And this is my favorite cutscene right here.
Yeah, it's a cutscene. Normally, it's just two people talking to each other. However, there's very clearly not two people talking to each other. If you
And
turn
if you
around, you'll be
look-
able to... Oh, no, you can't see a Death Eater. Not. Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
there
you
you
can. There
go.
you go. Yay.
And
It's
there's
a great cutscene.
the Veil of Death. I believe that's what it's called. You can go into it and respawn that way too if you wanted to.
Kind of useless. We don't use it, though. Ah, dang it. Alright, so the next thing I'm going to be doing here is heading over to the attic in Hogwarts and talking to our good friend Dumbledore. We're not going to be seeing him much in the run, however, he is going to be what finishes the run. Not now, later.
Yeah, we visit
We need to
Dumbledore
wrong
twice,
warp over.
and the second time is the end of the run. No password, just a switch. And now we just
Hogwarts made it really easy
spin
for
up
us to...
this staircase.
Ah, I got warped back, dang it.
Alright, I'll pick the
Rude.
cutscene. So basically,
Alright.
the reason why we waited is because Big Ben is a little bit weird, and we don't always get Big Ben unlocked for everybody. So just to ensure, that's why we leave that weird gap there, and then we're just going to go to the London Eye, and then head on over to Grimmauld Place, which I believe I'm here first, right?
Yeah, you are here
Alright,
first, so
I
I mean, I'm
will
here, but
show the wonderful cutscene. And
tell
Jaio's
me when
going
I'm
to
good
skip
to
it.
talk to him.
You are good. So Jaio's gonna skip it by talking to him now, since it won't stack this cutscene for some reason. But we are at Sirius Black's residence, who's not in this game.
No, he's not. If you're wondering about, since I don't think either of us mentioned it, in terms of timeline, this map does not take place anywhere specific in the Hogwarts, in the Harry Potter universe. You don't play as Harry or anyone. In fact, you could find Harry and Ron in the Gryffindor common room. We don't go there. You can find them there.
In this map, the Weasleys both own Wizard Weasley Wheezes and are at school, which you saw me go into their shop, and then we talked to them at the beginning to get the Marauders map. But this is the last quest, so to speak.
Yeah, last quest. And of course, as per usual, since it's a fighting quest, we're going to be hopping on our firebolts and flying away. So back to timeline. It doesn't take place anywhere specific. I think the actual build is mostly based on the last few movies, because that's when they have the most overhead shots of it. However, the interior room designs and everything, if those change at all throughout the movies, it's just kind of whatever. It's not taken anywhere specific.
Yeah, at least for Defense Against the Dark Arts, we have Prisoner of Azkaban with Lupin. So here we're gonna fly above block height limit, so we can get
Which is
over the
255.
barrier. And then we fly away. I hate the snow. So we get out of there.
The snow
and
is
then
kind
we
of
just
annoying.
fly straight up.
So yeah, so since we're far enough away for the monster to despawn, and we're going to be hopping off these brooms later. Not later, it's...
But
yeah. So if you're like above about 1,000 blocks, then you're pretty safe with not dying.
Well, you don't die, you just end up going back into the fight and having to get back out of the fight. So here we're gonna respawn. I respawned way too early. I hope I didn't just mess it up. Okay, we're good.
Okay, yeah, cool.
So I'm gonna fire another Patronus here to keep the Dementors away from us. Talk to Moody, and as you can see, all of the enemies are still here wanting to kill us.
I talked to Moody. Oh, there we go. There, now you can see a good image of
I got nothing.
Azkaban.
I got absolutely
I got
nothing.
some. I got it. I got a view.
So we are coming up
go.
to time in just a moment.
Yep, I'm going to be the first one to talk to Dumbledore here because, I don't know, that's how we do it. So I gotta wait until I get a quest to talk to Dumbledore.
You are floating.
There we go.
There you go.
Alright, I am done.
And that's time.
Time.
Awesome.
So, yeah, so that is the Witchcraft Wizardry 80% run. If you're doing an all quests run, there are 40 side quests. So as you can see here, if I go into completed here, you can see here are the quests that we completed. There are 40 side quests that take about another hour, well, less than an hour. Depends on the number of people, really.
Yeah, because you're able
But
to
there are 40 side quests that involve finding Toad, finding Neville's Toad, which is a reference to the movies, hanging up posters and signs, pranking some of the other houses, and then repaying the favor. It's a pretty interesting all quest run. However, the 80% run just goes through the classes here. But there's a lot more to do in the map.
Yeah,
so if you do want to play it,
in the room of requirement, there's tons of
Yep.
locations we don't actually go through, as you can see, which is quite fun.
Yeah.
We've been doing a lot of all quest runs, so if you're definitely interested in that, definitely check us out on Twitch, because we do that quite often, Fusshy and Jaio CG. But yeah,
you can see here
If
I'm
anyone,
flying around, but
I was gonna say,
yeah, if you do want to play, no,
no, go ahead.
Sorry.
You're probably
Sorry. If you do want to play the map, though, you can download the map. Just search up Minecraft Witchcraft and Wizardry. I don't think there's a good Bitly or small link
Corey
for
just
it.
threw it in the chat. Definitely
there we go.
check
Wonderful.
it
Yes.
out. It's
That Gumroad link.
an awesome
There are
experience.
there are two options. There's a donate button. If you do want to donate to the creators of the map, I highly recommend you do. But if you don't want to, you can scroll down a little bit and then download the map normally. But yeah, it's a very cool map if you want to play through it. We barely even scratched the surface of the amount of content and the amount of locations here. In terms of the speed run, very little people run it, even though it's a super cool run. And if you do have Minecraft and you want to check out this run, it's a free map. I recommend you do it. It's quite easy to learn, so it's pretty cool. That's pretty much about it for this Minecraft Witchcraft and Wizardry.
would folks join like the Minecraft speedrun server, or is there a separate one for?
In terms of Discord, there's a Witchcraft and Wizardry Discord. I don't think there's a good link for it. I believe it's on the Gumroad page.
It's on their
Is
wiki
it?
as well. They have their own wiki.
Yeah, okay.
You can
Yeah,
definitely
it's on the
check it out.
Gumroad page at the very bottom. It says, for more help and information, check out our Discord server. This is separate from the normal Minecraft speedrun community just because it's so wildly different that it isn't really a good comparison. But there is a speedrun discussion channel in their Discord server, and their Discord server is also pretty wildly active as well for people both talking and asking questions about the map. So we're always ready and helpful to anyone interested in speedrunning, or at least playing the map at all, because it is a super cool build, a super cool map, super cool gameplay experience that you're not going to get with any other map in Minecraft.
Sweet. And we actually had one last donation come in here at the end of your run from Boomiji, donating £50, saying GG Fusshy and Jaio.
Yes, Boomiji is an interesting name for sure.
Interesting character.
He is. Well, thank you very much, everyone. Hope you enjoyed.
Thank you. Well done.
Yeah,
GG.
that's
family should have to face the task of looking after a seriously ill child all alone. So we're here. We are Haven House. We know that we can't change a child's diagnosis, but we are here to help make it easier to cope with. So we're here to help our families have a better quality of life and to make the most of the precious time they have together. We're here with round-the-clock care at our hospice.
Hello!
And we're here with help at home too.
So nice to see you, gorgeous boy.
We're here with music therapy, play therapy and physiotherapy.
1 step, 2 steps.
And we're even here with respite care.
It's time to go home.
We're here with specialist nursing for seriously ill children. And we're here with support for siblings with get-togethers, counselling and days out. We are Haven House. And without your support, we wouldn't be here at all. Thank you so much for helping us be there for families going through the toughest of times.